Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So welcome to another new video on my YouTube channel. So before going back to Vancouver from New York City, I actually went to the countryside of New York to volunteer at a meditation retreat center. So this is the Dharma Drum Retreat Center in Pine Bush, New York, which is about 2.5 hours drive from New York City. And here I am enjoying my afternoon coffee, and they have vegetarian lunch, beautiful clouds above the forest and the dormitories. So now I'm squeezing in about 30 minutes at the break time in the evening to sketch the beautiful sunset sky outside my dorm window. So I actually left my fountain pen at the other place, about 5 minutes walk away. So I had to use just a writing ballpoint pen to do my line work. Yes. So this is just a cheap black ballpoint pen, but when the inspiration strikes, I'm able to work with anything. So I just started with the three-dimensional shape of this little white house, which is very much in a cube shape. And the rooftop in a trapezoid on one side. The other side we can't really see, drawing the railings of the staircase here on the side. And drawing this big fluffy tree on the left side. Yes, I just love this landscape with the really nice combinations of houses and trees and bushes. And starting to add very loosely of the branches and foliage in the middle of the canopy area. Starting to add some windows of another little house behind. Yeah, so overall these houses are in very straightforward three-dimensional shapes of cubes and rectangular prisms. The rooftop area is like a triangular prism merged with a cube or rectangular prism. Yeah, same idea for here. On the side of the roof, it looks like a trapezoid. And another bush on the right side surrounding this smaller house here, adding a bit of accentuation around the eave area of the roof. A little bit of overlapping. There's another little house in between, behind, adding these cute little windows, accentuation on the bottom of the eave. And there's a lot of room for freedom of expression of the trees behind, surrounding the houses. There's a really nice mix of deciduous trees, which are golden, orange, and red, as well as a few pine trees. Another shorter house there on the right side. More trees in large clusters. This one is probably like 3 trees merging into one chunk. So as you can see, using a ballpoint pen, you can use different hand pressures to create various line weights, similar to like professional artist pens. So it doesn't really matter what kind of pen you're working with. It's just the ways that you're working with it is the most important. Just adding the hill behind the trees, adding a sense of depth. Okay, that's very much it for the line work. It took me just about 15 minutes to draw. And now I'm moving to watercolors right away because these clouds, the colors won't last very long. It's getting dark very soon, so I have to really keep control of my time as well. Starting with these vibrant stripes of clouds in yellow-orange tones. So this is pretty much a mix of lemon yellow and orange. Yeah, they're like all over the sky in these thin stripes, as well as some even more golden ones containing a higher ratio and less diluted yellow and orange. In between these cloud stripes, I see blue turquoise, which is a mix of cerulean blue and viridian green. Yeah, beautiful blue in between, warm and cold colors dancing together. As you can see, I am using a lot of slightly diagonal brush marks because clouds and the gaps of sky in between, they are very rarely straight horizontal lines. Because of aerial perspective, the clouds in the sky, they're always kind of like tilting downwards a little bit, giving a stronger sense of perspective and a grander area of sky, forever expanding outside the picture frame of my paper. And the color scheme in this case is very simple, playing with yellow-orange and cerulean blue mixed with a little bit of viridian green. Now adding some retouches of even more vibrant oranges, wet onto wet for these clouds. And just let the edges of these clouds bloom and blend with the beautiful blues. Now starting to shade these clouds. So in order to show the 3D fluffy shape of the clouds, it's better to shade them a little bit with a bluish or purplish gray. So I mix this shade color with cobalt blue and a little bit royal purple. Yeah, some areas higher ratio of cobalt blue and wet onto wet. This is a really common technique that I use for painting sky with these beautiful evening clouds. Controlling the amount of water so I get various kinds of grays. Adding slight bit of retouches of yellow oranges here and there. Yeah, especially for here higher in the sky. Okay, so that's it for the sky. I'm not going to overwork on it. So now I'm ready to paint the lawn area. So the lawn is newly mowed. I could see the rows of razored lines from the lawn mower. So I'm starting off with a yellow ochre wash. So first of all, beginning to wet this large area with clear water, just so it's easier for the yellow ochre to spread out. Before that, I just want to add this quick line to show the little lane going to the dormitory houses. Okay, so now just putting on a mix of yellow ochre, pretty high ratio of yellow ochre, and a little bit of lime green for the first layer of the lawn here, using this diagonal direction of brushstrokes to show the rows of cuts by the lawn mower. And then blending on a slightly higher ratio of lime green. Yeah, so the other area is more green. This part is more like yellow green, probably depending on the time of the day. More lime green and also a tiny bit of viridian green, using thinner brushstrokes, wet onto wet. So these brushstrokes are fading out because of the wet into wet condition, and I just like this effect. Now I'm gonna let the lawn area here to dry off a little bit before adding some more sharper renderings, because wet onto wet could not create very clear sharp renderings. So now I just wetted the forest and the house area with clear water, punching on a little bit leftover bluish gray for the roofs. And now this part is so exciting to paint. I'm playing with a blend of viridian green, yellow ochre mixed with lime green, yellow ochre mixed with viridian green. So various shades of green playing with different ratios of yellow ochre, as you can see here, as well as lime green and viridian green. A little bit of burnt sienna to shade the greens a little bit. Yeah, this is the hill area in the very back. Alright, just adding some stronger shades of green in between the boundary line of the houses and the hill there, just to push the houses a little bit more forward with the shade of green around the boundary lines. Okay, so now so punching on a bit of yellow orange for these golden foliage, and a little bit leftover green for the middle part of the fluffy tree canopies. That's a really lovely purple tree there. And playing with more wet onto wet blending of yellow orange and viridian green mix. Burnt sienna for some of the tree trunks. Now just shading this upper area of the lawn with shadows of the trees. Now starting to add some more sharper brush strokes of viridian green. Yeah, so the lawn area here is cleanly shaved by the lawn mower very recently. So just using the sharp lines to show the clean cuts. Punching on some more vibrant and more intense orange red. Okay, for some of the trees here, a little bit intense green as well. Okay, just some final polish, adding some really loose leaves, red leaf there in the back, and intensify this lovely little purple tree with a more intense purple on the bottom of the little canopy. Some stronger contrast with darker shades of green in between the objects. Yeah, some final polish. shadows from the trees and houses. The super intense green there, just to push the trees, the orange tree, more forward. That's it. So here is a look of my finished painting. It took me another 20 minutes to paint after drawing the line work, and the clouds colors are all faded out and it's getting dark very soon. And the next day, a fresh morning, another day of beautiful sunshine. So at lunch break, after eating, I squeezed 25 minutes to do the line work, and I had to paint the watercolors in the evening around sunset. So I'm actually sitting on the staircase outside the dormitory, which is not so convenient to film a video. So I'm going to just show you a few moments of sneak peek of my process, which is very similar to my previous sunset sketch. Starting with the warm yellow oranges first, and then blending on these medium and darker shade of green. Here I am, painting in progress. This is the dining hall area of the meditation center. And this meditation retreat center is located in the middle of a forest. Here I Pine Bush, New York. And really raising the time here to paint the beautiful colors of sunset and the foliage and the lovely dining hall before all the colors fade away and the day is all dark. All right, almost there. Now I want to add some stronger shades of organic yellow-green, and using smaller and choppy brush marks, wet onto moist, so my brush marks are not completely fading away. Alright, so here's the look of my finished sketch. It took me 20 minutes to draw and another 20 minutes to paint, and the colors are gone again this time. Painting sunsets, we had to be really fast. And the next morning is the last day volunteering at the retreat center before going to the airport back to Vancouver. I had truly a peaceful time here, calming down my mind. So thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. If you like it, please click like and leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel for weekly updates. Here I am on my way to the JFK airport, taking the flight back to Vancouver. So stay tuned for my next video where I will show you my full process sketching the sunset sky and the airplanes outside the terminal building. So I'll see you again very soon next time. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.